Hi there, I am Dr. Bree, and today I want to share with you some drug-free, non-pharmacological tips to reduce and relieve pelvic pain flares. And anytime you're having pelvic floor tension, pain, or muscle spasm, these tips are going to help you out. So this is for all genders, no matter why your pelvic pain is happening, whether it's from menstrual pain or just muscular tension, stress, any of these things, this will help you. So let's go ahead and get started. I have several tips and I'm just going to go through them one by one. The first thing is to know that when we have flares of pain, when we have symptom flares, it can really activate and stress out our mind. We can get a lot of anxiety and fear when we are having a symptom flare, especially if you've had persistent pelvic pain for a long time. So one of the most important things you can do to help interrupt this cycle, this very difficult and damaging cycle of stress, mental and emotional stress, causing tension in your body, which causes pelvic floor tension, which causes more pain, which causes more stress, which causes more tension, which causes more pain, and around we go. One of the most important things we can do is to interrupt that cycle by giving our body and mind cues of safety. So you can go online and look up self-havening techniques. This is just one of many techniques that is a stress relieving technique that reminds your body and mind that you are safe. Self-havening is really just coming back home to yourself, bringing calm, peace, and a sense of safety to your body through touch. And so you can begin with your hands very gently touching your face. So sometimes one of the last things you want to do is directly touch the areas that are painful. So while it can be helpful to actually massage your hips, your inner thighs, or even your perineum, sometimes it's actually better when you're having pelvic pain flares to not go in all hot and heavy on the area itself that's painful, but instead to touch areas that feel a little more distant from your pelvic floor and more safe. So again, your face, maybe massaging your jaw. There's a big connection between jaw and pelvic floor tension, or just a light touch. It doesn't even need to be a massage. Your neck, the sides of your neck, your arms. So just gently touching down your arms, massaging your arms, and even doing little butterfly taps on your heart. So tap, 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 tap. So face, shoulders and arms, heart. That is a really great, easy place to start, and just breathe deeply, close your eyes, and you can do that in any position. The next tip is to get a hot water bottle. So heat is one of the most old school, old-fashioned tips for relieving pain and tension, and it still works. Heat will never go out of style. So this is just a hot water bottle. You can fill up your hot water bottle, and I have absolute evidence for myself and from also a family member who recently was experiencing significant bouts of proctalgia fugax, which is when you have a pain in the rectum. It's terrible. And she was having this proctalgia fugax issue, pain in the rectum, and she used a hot water bottle on her low back and her low belly when she was experiencing the pain. And she just did maybe 5 to 10 minutes in each spot, and she said it really helped her. So definitely check out a hot water bottle. If you don't own one, go purchase one. They're usually fairly inexpensive, and you can simply lay it on your belly. You can also lay on your belly and put it on your low back. So either one of those options can be very helpful for pain. The other thing you can do with a hot water bottle, by the way, this is not full, but if it's full, it has a little bit of a mound to it, right? Right now it's floppy, but usually when it's full, it's firmer and it has a little bit of a mound to it. So you can actually cap the hot water bottle, of course, and you can sit on it. If this was full, you would see that there was a bit of a mound, and if you're sitting on it, you can actually kind of gently elevate yourself with your hands and just kind of rock side to side on the heat of the hot water bottle, and that can feel really good on your sitting bones, your glutes, and even your perineum. So the area between your vagina and your anus, or your testicles and your anus if you are a male. So just experimenting with how you can use the hot water bottle to heat and warm your pelvic area, and also to kind of massage that area if you sit on it. Okay, so speaking of heat and water, a bath. Always a good idea to take a bath, and I highly recommend a bath with Epsom salts and some kind of calming essential oil, such as lavender. Lavender is such a wonderful essential oil for calming the mind and the body, and when you are sitting in a bath of Epsom salts and essential oils, you're not only getting the therapeutic benefits of that mixture in your skin and into your muscles, into your body, but you're also smelling the aroma of it, which is calming for the mind as well as for the muscles of your body. So check that out for sure. Speaking of lavender, this is another very interesting tip that may take some creativity and it might even take some assistance, but it can really help. It is doing kind of a modified yoni steam. If you've heard of a vaginal steam or a yoni steam, here's the deal. This particular concept I use not only when I am having my period on the bleeding phase of my menstrual cycle. I will use this before my bleed starts when I'm feeling a lot of cramping. But listen, you don't have to just use this to help with period cramps and pain. This is for all genders. All people can utilize this technique simply to relax the muscles of the inner thighs and the pelvic floor. So the perineum, the area that you can feel on the outside between the genitals and the anus, that area right there is super relaxed by what I'm about to show you. So you're gonna add about a tablespoon of lavender, dried lavender, to a bowl. Then you're going to fill this bowl about 3/4 of the way with boiling water. So in like a hot tea kettle, you'll boil water, pour it in. So that will allow the lavender flowers, the dried lavender, to begin to smell delicious. They are releasing their essential oils, and the steam is starting to rise. Now this steam is what will help relax your muscles. And you're getting a double benefit with this particular technique. If it's comfortable for you, what you do is you place the bowl with the steaming water, and be careful, of course, especially if you are a male and you have genitals that could touch the water. You want to be very careful with this. But what you do is you bring your knees to the sides of the bowl, and you're going to essentially end up in like a puppy pose. So puppy pose looks like this. Your hips are over your knees and your feet are on the ground. Your elbows are on the ground as well. So you can lay in puppy pose, maybe even with your head on the ground. You can also sit back a little bit more if this is comfortable for you, a little more toward child's pose. But again, you certainly don't want any part of your body to be touching the boiling hot water, the steaming hot water. I do not want anyone to get burned with this suggestion. So play with this. You might try that puppy pose to start with. Maybe you can kind of rock back and forth. But when you are in this position, you're not only getting this stretch, which helps release tension and can release pain, but you're also getting the benefit of the steam coming up. And you want to be in this position for no more than 5 to 10 minutes. And another thing you can do to help really keep the steam in is to actually cover yourself with a blanket or a large towel. Just be careful that it doesn't get in the water when you're in this position. So again, I have used this many times. It works. It works really well. And yoni steaming or vaginal steaming is not just for women. Anyone can benefit from it. You just have to be careful that you don't have body parts that are coming too close into contact with the steam or with the water. So be really, really careful that you do not burn yourself with this technique if you try it. So the last tip I have for you is simply to breathe and to know that it will pass. This pain, this flare, this spasm that you may be experiencing, whatever it is, it's going to pass as long as you remain calm and do your best to calm your mind and your body. So again, when we get into that cycle of fear about the pain and about the spasm and about the symptom flare, it actually makes things worse. So breathe deeply, remain calm, treat yourself. Try to take a rest from activities or events that are stressing you out, if at all possible. Nurture yourself. Give yourself compassion as you move through this symptom flare, and definitely talk to a pelvic floor physical therapist in your area if you need specific advice based on your condition or specific support based on your needs. I also want to encourage you to check out my video about pelvic floor spasms, and I have so many more videos on my YouTube channel that could share more about the mind-body pelvic floor connection and more. So if you liked this, if it helped you, please give this a like and subscribe to my channel and share in the comments which tip you're going to try first. I'm really curious to know if anyone's going to try the steam. I think it works wonders, and I'd love to hear how you like it as well. Please stay in touch with me, and there are tons of ways we can work together and links in the video description. And until next time, remember, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter. I'll see you next time.